Welcome back to Talking Dead. Now joining us, Stephen Ogg, Xander Berkeley, Austin Emilio, Seth Gilliam, and Pollyanna McIntosh. What? This is crazy. Normally when you talk Dead, there's like 100 people in the audience, so this is insane. I wish we could do this every week, but I don't think they're gonna spring for it. So is Dwight at all scared or freaked out that, because if he gets discovered, I mean, there's not going to be any mercy.
Yeah, he's done.
So what do you think is driving him to do this and making him not be afraid?
Well, I think that if he gets found out, I mean, that's on the back burner, obviously.
Back burner. Yeah, very funny.
But I think he's working out of the hate for Negan and the love for his wife.
Right.
And when you mix those two together, it's a very powerful potion. And so yeah.
Is Negan just too arrogant at this point? Like the fact that he was waving.
I think so. He's got too much going on. So hopefully I'll be able to slither by.
So this is from a fan on Twitter called @YFNuts. Austin. Okay. Austin, do you freak out a little bit every time you have to iron clothes? It's a fair question.
It's a good question.
It's a very fair question.
Yeah, I had to iron some clothes like a couple weeks ago, and I just kind of looked at the iron for a while, and I was like, so yeah,
Set it down slowly.
Crosses my mind.
Set it down slowly. Yeah. I want to ask Xander, Xander, how does Gregory feel that the Hilltoppers have dumped him for Maggie?
That's exactly how I feel. I know, right? Ingrate.
I mean, you know, Gregory's really kind of the hero of the story if you think about it.
You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah. So what is he thinking in that moment?
I think his mind kind of goes blank.
Yeah.
The thinking stops, and the animal terror that motivates him through much of this season takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think he's still happy with his choice by the end?
Happy?
Yeah.
Happiness becomes a distant memory for dear
I mean,
old
you know,
Gregory.
again, I know this is not a documentary. I know you didn't do this, but dick move with Father Gabriel. Serious dick move. Seth, I mean, listen, you have to understand, you know, Father Gabriel has had this amazing arc in the show where for a few seasons he was just too terrified to do anything. Yeah. And then he finally is like, I'm ready to fight. And then he stands up to protect someone, and then he gets totally effed. You know, so what is, do you think he regrets saving Gregory in that moment?
I'm not sure that, I'm not sure that Father Gabriel regrets doing what he did. I'm sure he has maybe a little bit of regret. But, you know, I think in Father Gabriel's estimation, no one is beyond redemption, even Gregory. You know, so if there's a chance to save this guy, maybe pull him back to the, you know, to the good side, then Father Gabriel's going to take it.
I'm not sure the audience is totally on board with that.
Like the audience is with me on that one.
By the way, you guys, I love that the episode's turning into Price is Right. Like people just $1. Stephen Ogg, people love. First of all, first question here. This is from Amber Rain. Stephen, how hard is it to keep up those good looks and perfectly shaved stash while surviving in the apocalypse? I mean, that is a business stash.
It's yeah, it's always amazed me. I'm like in the apocalypse that a lot of us have such lovely hair.
It's like you'll fight zombies, but then you still got the blow dryer and you're still whipping it back.
There's not a lot of food left.
Yeah, not a lot of food.
But there's hair products and mustache grooming products.
Yeah, exactly. You got rifles and nose hair trimmers out there.
So yeah, you gotta, you know, you gotta look good, I guess.
What's your favorite thing about Simon at this point?
I mean, Simon gets to say some. So I think the words that Simon is given to speak not only inform the character, but make this wonderful journey of speaking these amazing, crazy words that don't always make sense, that you have to make them make sense.
Do you think he's happy sort of being a general, or do you think he has any aspirations to lead the group?
I always say, like, Simon he likes to be the drummer. The drummer is the guy in the back. He's not necessarily the front man,
right?
But he can do his thing, and he's an important member of that band. But it's sort of like I say like Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters,
right?
Nirvana drummer.
Right.
And then he was able to be a frontman too. So I think he has that potential, but I think he enjoys just doing his thing. You go ahead, Neegs. You take center stage. I can do a
Said Phil Collins, but I was born in the early 1900s,
That's
so
true.
that's probably why.
We could have a whole drumming debate.
Pollyanna, how has your life changed? I know people love Jadis. People love the trash hipsters. They love them.
The trash queen. They love to hate her too. So thanks to all of you.
How has your life changed since the show?
I wear more hats.
Why is it? Do people spot you pretty easily?
Well, I think with this haircut, you know, it's it's pretty evident, you know, what I represent now. So yeah, I wear more hats. That's pretty much it.
Well, the internet loves your hair. They love to do things with it. Here's one. Here's a picture of someone that you look like a little bit. I mean, it's hard to tell who's who in that one. I think you're on the left.
Jim Carrey is a huge hero of mine,
and
so
then,
I feel very proud of that.
And then the next one, you know, if you're ever on a beach somewhere and you need some shade, there's that too. Where do you think just really quickly, where do you think her brain was at the end of last season? Where she
Well, I think she had to rethink things for a minute there, because, you know, things didn't exactly go as planned, did they?
No.
That darn tiger came in and rather screwed things. So, yeah, she has to figure out what's going on, because she's got two people mad at her now.
Do you think she still has a thing for Rick?
I don't think necessarily she has a thing for Rick. I mean, she has choices after all.
Of course she does. Of course she does, darling.
She has an entire community. But, you know, I think what Jadis does is she uses flirtation as much as anything else to figure out where somebody else is at.
Yeah.
And it's one of the ways in which she's gotten to know, you know, Michonne's character. She's gotten to know Rick's character. And, but at the same time, he's rather cute, so anything can happen.
He's a dreamboat, that Rick Grimes.